the modern day religious people, the new Puritans, are now secularists. Well, this doesn't really work just for the actual definition of religion and secularism, so we can actually look into that right now to figure that out. So the first definition is religious, which, if we're going back to the root word religion, is from Latin, which is religio, which meant to respect what is sacred. So God is sacred, God's objects are sacred, to respect them. But then let's not forget, religion and faith come pretty much hand in hand. You almost cannot separate religion and faith, you need them together. And faith is the complete trust in something. And usually, when you're using the term faith, it means regardless of empirical evidence. So it does not matter what evidence you are presented, you will believe whatever it is you believe. And I find that this actually makes sense with how some religious people act. I think it was my last episode, maybe a couple before, where I made reference to, during a debate between Bill Nye and Ken Ham, that when there was a debate about God, when asked what would need to be presented to them in order for them to change their positions, Bill Nye said, you would have to present me with evidence of God's existence, in order for me to believe, like reputable evidence that I can verify and many others can verify. I think that's a pretty rational thing to say, considering that's how we do it just on a regular day-to-day basis. If anybody wants to tell you something unbelievable, what's the first thing you say? Show me the evidence. What proof do you have? If somebody came running up to you and claimed your brother killed someone, you're going to say, well, what proof do you have? What evidence do you have that my brother was the one who killed him? Just as an example. But then when it came turn to Ken Ham's time, he says absolutely nothing. So even if he was presented with a piece of evidence that said irrefutably that there is no God, it would not matter. And this is part of the reason why many atheists and non-believers have a big problem with religion. Because it doesn't matter, it seems. They'll just take their truth and that's it. And when we look up what is secularism, it is essentially a indifference towards religion. It's essentially a neutral position you could take. It's that you're not religious, but you don't really get involved in a religious debate. Generally, you don't really want one religion over the other. More of a neutral position, or one of the most neutral positions, if you ask me. But then when you Google secular religion, you start having problems. Because the definition is a non-theistic communal belief system. So non-theistic, very obvious, no deity, no God. Communal just means community, and it says belief system. So it's a non-theistic belief system. Well, guess what? That can actually cover a wide range of subjects. And this is one of the problems that people have with when they call secular religion is, think about it this way. Every single religion for the most part, has its own gods that they believe in. But inside there, they got different subsections of their religion. Now, they might have different belief systems in and of themselves in these little sections. However, they all generally will come back to, we believe in the same God. Well, this is where we start having problems when we're trying to attribute secular religion. Because now it's all over the place. Because some are saying, oh, liberalism is secular religion. Others are saying, well, sports are secular religion. Others are saying it's politics. Like the whole political system is their form of religion. Others are saying it's the specific ones. Well, the communism or the socialism or this or that. It's because when you're saying in this is that we're all, despite the fact we're apparently all the same part of the religious group, we're all worshiping different things. This doesn't work out. And again, I find there's bigger problems when we're looking at the political systems, because I suppose mostly when they talk about political systems, they're talking about your political belief. If you're a liberal, if you're progressive, or this or that, any of the other left-wing political theories that are in the middle. So what they're saying is that you're so dedicated to your political stance that that's your new religion. Well, that doesn't work out for a few reasons, because about half of the population just doesn't give a shit about politics. I mean, I know the world is very politically involved now at every turn, but most people don't care about politics that much.